What's good, everyone? Welcome to another episode of, I was about to say a drink in a game, but this is Gamerish Network podcast. For one, I guess I should apologize for those who are looking forward for a drink in a game this week. Me and my wife were still on our Valentine's Day vacation, so that's why we didn't do that. But I will be back at it this upcoming Monday. I am your host this week again, Dre, aka BK Brawler, here, of course, with the esteemed panelist of the Gamerish Network, Miss Felice Cat, and of course, Mad King. No
What
longer
up? What
so
up?
we thank all you guys who's joining us today and everything, those listening. Of course, if you like what you hear and what you see, please like and subscribe. Please share. Just tell your friends about us. Even if we sound crazy, tell them. If you want to hear something that's out of the ordinary and people that talk a lot of shit more than just video games entertainment, this is the fucking podcast for them to listen to. Okay, because you never know what's going to come out of our mouths next. Freddie almost got canceled 2 weeks in a row. So
It happens. What are you gonna do?
so shit like that happens in this pod, and sometimes you have the occasional pet. You guys have a lot to look forward to. I guess before we get into anything, I brought up Valentine's Day, and we haven't seen each other. Well, me and Felice saw each other yesterday during the Nintendo Direct stream, and I hope a lot of you guys got to tune into that and enjoyed what you saw. But Valentine's Day passed. Want to see what you guys did for Valentine's Day. I guess I'll start since I'm bringing this shit up. Me and the wife went to Atlantic City, rented out an Airbnb. She got pretty wasted. So did I. We did a lot of gambling. She won more than I did. I lost a lot. Came back home trying to make all that money back, made it back, and then lost it again being greedy. Did the whole restaurant stuff, ate a lot of expensive food, I should say. Cheap breakfast, expensive food, lunch and dinners, but it was all worth it. And got her since we always get presents, after a while you run out of things to buy her. So I went and became even more corny. I have this key around my neck, which is like the key to her heart, and she has this freaking what you call bracelet that has like a heart shape little crystals on it and stuff, and then it can't come off unless she has this key. So I really can't lose this key. So
Wait,
if I
like
lose
can't
this key,
like get off her arm?
yeah, it can't come off her arm unless I unlock it with this key. I
That's
know.
great. That's great.
It's crazy. But thanks for everybody that's joining us right now. We're just talking about what we did on a Valentine's Day, and we hope you guys had a good Valentine's Day. Those of you that are with people, and those of you who had to take out your side chicks again the next day.
Monday
shout
off.
out to that too. Because shit happened. Hey, we're the real podcast here. What about you, Fred? Because I want to save the best for last, Mrs. Best of Two Worlds. So what did you do?
I pretty much like you said, like been married for a while. You kind of done it all at this point in our lives. So we pretty much we didn't really want to go out just because COVID and shit. uh, so we went to this really nice steakhouse. We ordered like 3 courses, a bottle of wine. We took it home, decorated the house.
It
Decided we
had
wanted
to be a
to.
steakhouse in Jersey, right? Because I couldn't get any reservations in NYC at any nice place.
Yeah, it was in Jersey. I don't remember the place, but it's pretty popping. We ate the food. We tried to like kind of like curse it out, like if we was at a restaurant. So first course, second course, dessert, and
Mhm.
had a nice bottle of wine. It was just nice, and just kind of enjoyed the 3 day weekend with the wife.
Oh,
Kind of low key. I don't want to brag. It was a good time.
yep. All right. What about Miss Felice? Felice, did you have to make a decision on who you were gonna hang out with this weekend, or did you just split the days, or did y'all all just chill together?
I hate to burst your bubble. COVID's still a thing, so I did not have a crazy Valentine's Day. I was actually drunk for most of the end of it.
Mhm.
But no, it was just chill. It was just inside. It was intimate. It was inside. I got a lot of presents,
That's
a
nice.
lot of chocolate that I literally took a bite out of each one because I'm picky. I want no peanuts
Me
and no
too.
weird stuff in my
Yo,
chocolate.
me either. No strawberry
Don't
cream,
put, yes, I
none of
hate
that
it.
shit.
I hate
Yo,
it.
I don't like dark chocolate. Like it has to be milk chocolate.
I literally went in, I have 2 boxes. I went in each one and like, I was like, here, you can have all of those. I'll take these. Like I said, I got a good bit of things. Stuff I wasn't really expecting anything much this year because I haven't really celebrated any of the holidays since COVID started, including my birthday. So I was just thankful for that. Usually there are a lot of things happening, like going out and stuff, but I did not do that because I am still one of those people who are concerned because I know people who have died. Not to get all dreary,
Oh no,
but
I understand. I
yeah.
guess I'm one of those minorities who is just like I'm going outside. I can't take this
Oh yeah,
anymore.
I know I'm fine. That's a crazy thing. I feel like I have this crazy immunity, but at the same time, doesn't mean that you don't like carry the gene. Like I think of comics, carry the gene to kill the world.
Mhm.
I'll be fine though. But yeah, yeah, there's usually a lot more illicit stuff I don't really want to get into. But it was great. It was great.
All right, cool. So
PG.
before we get into gaming news, man, this motherfucking Mortal Kombat trailer dropped on us today, and I felt this had to be a part of the damn pod, And so, did you get to watch it, Felice? You got to watch it yet? Uh-oh, you're muted.
Lo siento, I was yelling at the cat.
Uh-huh.
I watched part of it to be honest. You talking about the Netflix thing or you talking about the game stuff?
No, this is I'm talking about the HBO Max movie.
Oh, that one. No, I didn't watch that part yet.
Oh shit,
Because I
you
saw some
gotta
shit
see
on
that.
Polygon?
Polygon. Mhm.
Yeah, about Mortal Kombat, but I know there's a film, that's the HBO one that you talk about, right?
Yeah, the trailer
Yeah,
dropped this morning.
I didn't watch that. I was watching something else. There's something else coming out for on Netflix.
So
It,
you need
yeah.
to
I'm
get
like,
on that.
it's on my screen right now.
You need to get on that. It's very dope. Like the first 10 seconds of this shit sold me. I'm about to spoil you right now. You're probably looking at Jax get his arm torn off by Sub-Zero. Yeah, and so like right there, I'm like, yes, give us this hardcore. Y'all already know me, rated R. I love everything gory. Like this looks like Mortal Kombat. So many fatalities are shown off during this fucking trailer. Like I am dope. This is gonna be. I think after this movie comes out, this Mortal Kombat movie will be known as the best video game movie to ever release so far. Once this movie comes out, I think it's gonna be that damn good. I think it's gonna be that damn good. I don't think anyone would disagree with me right
Yeah, the
now.
bar is not that high, so
It looks beautiful.
It's very good. It's like a 2 minute trailer, so I guess we'll give you that time, a little over 2 minutes. But Fred, man, what did you think of the trailer?
I think it's pretty dope. I think you hit it on the head. It's like the gonna like make it a mature movie, and I think that just shows you respect to Mortal Kombat. Like they took a chance and made it like a really gory fighting game early in video games history, and now they're like, okay, let's just embrace that the movie wise. So the acting looks pretty good. The fighting looks dope. Everything looks good. I'm like excited, and the fact that I could just sit at home and watch it on HBO Max.
No,
That's that's I
Yo,
just
when this come out?
it's April.
April 16th?
Yep.
Yo, this shit, they got the right casting for some of their characters.
Yo, a lot of them.
That
Only
dude,
thing
that's,
they
ugh.
didn't show was no Johnny Cage. I didn't see Johnny Cage up in there, which he has to be in there unless they're
Nah, it
saving
says
him.
Johnny Cage is in there.
No, I know he's in there, but they don't like show him off in the
they probably
trailer.
don't want to spoil too much. It's
You
coming out
know,
like in a month and a half.
unless they better not fuck us over and kill him again. Like I'll be pissed off if Johnny Cage dies in this movie
Nah, I feel
again.
like they're gonna make this a trilogy. Like I feel like it's gonna be a couple more
They
Kombat
finally
movies
got
coming
some
out of
money
this.
for a budget. That's what this looks like.
Yeah. So they finally they got the money for the right budget for the movie and shit. And so this is what Mortal Kombat should have been. This honestly what Mortal Kombat
I
should have
mean,
been.
honestly, the first Mortal Kombat for that its time was pretty good.
Yeah,
So
yeah. First time, the first Mortal Kombat was great. It still holds up. Annihilation was it was okay. I just don't like Annihilation because of how early they killed Johnny Cage, but this Mortal Kombat movie looks dope. We got to see some Scorpion origin story up in that trailer and everything because they
Yeah,
have him
Scorpion.
without the mask and all of that, and like a glimpse of Melina. Um, I don't know, man. And I guess this, like, I'm wondering who this new guy is. This guy that they're trying to focus the movie around that has like the Mortal Kombat symbol on his chest.
I feel
I
like he's
didn't
gonna
know.
be um the audience going into it. Like he's gonna be explain everything for all the new
Yeah,
people who don't know what's going on. He's the
exactly.
new kid, and he's gonna be like the audience of, which is like explaining everything. Because I mean, most Mortal Kombat people, I mean, people who know Mortal Kombat don't need explanation. But like for the people who just seen this, it looks badass. They need to like, who the fuck is these Raiden? Who's the Sub Zero guy? So like they gotta explain the whole
Yeah, for
everything.
those who are listening to us, the trailer was so good. Felice was
So
tearing
beautiful.
up.
It's so
She
beautiful.
started tearing up. She's wiping her eyes, you know. So, what was the most exciting thing that you just watched? Because she just watched it real
There
time.
is so much stuff. I think that kid is like one of the you know how they have the different clans like Lin Kuei, and I can't remember all the clans. I just remember Lin Kuei. Um, it looks like he might be like a descendant of one of them, although they're supposed to all be wiped out. But that's one separate situation. But yo, that fight between Sub Zero and
And
Sub Zero and Scorpion.
Scorpion.
I mean, I wish they would have done more with his chain, the Scorpion's chain. But that chain looks crazy. The beginning of the way it looks, like when you walk, when the camera's going through that house, that shit looks like a Resident Evil movie. The beginning, the graphics quality,
Yeah,
not the crappy Resident Evil ones. I know they're all technically bad quality. I mean, bad
I know what
movies,
you're
but
trying to say.
yeah, it looks dope. And then also that, yeah, when they took off that dude's arm, that was crazy. That was the end though.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, I'm excited for this. And then they it looked like they try to throw a lot of characters in at once, kind of like a
That's what they
game.
need to do. Because they try to throw in everybody that they made a poster for. So like we got all the posters like yesterday or the day before yesterday. And so they're basically giving us the posters of everybody that was featured in the trailer. Which is
This shit is
also
crazy.
why I guess we didn't get Johnny Cage because he didn't get a poster.
It
So
mentions him in the article that I'm
of
looking
course,
at,
yeah,
but
yeah.
he's not. Yeah, you're
Yeah, he's
right.
not like the main feature in there. But if
I
Sonya
mean, he's
Blade is
annoying, so
there, Johnny Cage has to be there. Sonya Blade is there. So we'll see what happens with that. Maybe Johnny Cage comes in halfway through the movie
it
when we're
doesn't
not
say the
thinking
premise
about
of the
him.
story though.
Oh no, they not. They're not gonna give us the premise yet. I don't think so. They want us to be surprised because we find out that I just know it's gonna follow that guy, like Freddie was saying, where they're gonna be explaining shit to the kid and whatever. We'll find. I guess he's gonna have some made up power, and whatever. He's gonna be a new character, and we'll probably get him as DLC in MK, the new Mortal Kombat game,
Facts.
for all we know. So,
Yo, Gordon looks sick.
oh, you sound a little staticky there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, hopefully they don't make him like the hero of Mortal Kombat. You know, I hope they don't like try to like make him a badass when like, because Mortal Kombat is full of badasses. I don't think we need another one.
Yeah, I think they notice how they took a lot of focus off of Liu Kane. Like you hear him say like one line. They show him maybe 3 times only during the thing. So it's like Liu Kane is not winning this Mortal Kombat if that's what you guys think. We're gonna give it to this new character or somebody else.
Yeah, I hope they don't do that. That's what I'm saying. Like that'd be Liu Kang's a badass.
He is. I don't like the choices pick him
Oh,
over.
Felice, your mic is screeching, I guess. Oh, if I got 2 mics
Uh,
next to each other. Yeah,
Yeah, is
that's
that better?
probably.
no,
Oh no. We
there,
apologize, guys.
that's
We're having a
better.
little bit technical difficulties there, but we'll get back to her as soon as she figures out the mic issue right now. It was good when you started, so whatever you were doing at the beginning, just put it back that way. You but yes. So next thing, I was gonna go into. We were going into Black History Month topics every week, guys, in honor of Black History. This week we wanted to go into like Black developers or like some top games made by Black developers and things like that. And unfortunately, there's not a lot. Like it's very hard. I don't know if you found anything, Fred, but when I went on a search, I have like I went into an updated list. I try to go to 2021, and I found a list of like 7 games, and trying to pull it up here. It was just like 7 games that I found, and it's crazy that most of the games didn't even come out in the last year or so. But it's these games are 7 games that came out over the past few years, and to think that a few years have gone by, and the only we're not even in the double digits of games that were made by like all black teams, which sucks. Like it's kind of what we always talk about in the industry, how the African American community is not seen
Mm.
as those that really make games and things like that. I even checked Xbox Live, their store, and how they're trying to celebrate African American heritage with games that were made by African Americans. And for the past 2 weeks, they just had it as games. But when you go to their game section, there's only 6 games. For them to beef it up, this week they had to add movies and then add games that had black characters in them, so you couldn't see like how little it was. And I know Felice like put out an article out there to try and bring more awareness to things like that on our Gamerish
Yeah,
network.
we hear you, Felix.
No
you
buzzing?
know
No,
yeah, right now you're
it's
good.
it's like yeah, it's not really a big deal.
Yeah. So I saw the article you posted. I didn't get to read through it, but I'm gonna go through just so you could get into that. The 7 games that I was able to find, like the top 7 games made by all black developers. And what I have here, number 7, Treachery in Beatdown City. Came out March 31st of 2020. Came out on Steam and Nintendo Switch. Number 6 is Swim Sanity, which looks like a side scroll. Looks like it has some co-op elements to it. Came out August 6th of 2020 on the Switch, PS4. Um, oh, well, apparently Felice went over this last week. Now that it's coming to me. And then but for those who didn't hear, I'm just gonna run it down for those who didn't listen to last week's podcast. So then we have Validate, which is out on the PC. A game called Before I Forget on Humble Origins and Steam. She Dreams Elsewhere on Steam, Switch, and Xbox One. Aerial Knights Never Yield on Steam, and then Five Force Fighters, which is on PC. So that's for everybody who didn't get that list from last week where Felice went over it. But I guess that kind of goes towards my point in which there's so little coming out of our community that we're basically rehashing things just to try and spread the word a little more. But Felice, I know you posted an article about within this, subject line. So, like, what was it that you posted that I know Microsoft was trying to do?
Well, this goes into more details of what I mentioned the first week about Xbox having some sort of diversity in gaming. Well, trying to have diversity in gaming. They have a whole actual separate group. It's called Gaming for Everyone. It's not necessarily just for people of color. It's supposed to be for people who just are underrepresented in gaming and entertainment, literally. And literally, this whole section is headed by these 2 people, which is pretty cool. They're also people of color. One's a woman, one's a guy. But yeah, they literally talk about different experiences in reference to the same thing we've been discussing every podcast this month about, underrepresentation in gaming and the need for it, the need for representation in general. Literally, they speak on, I think Freddie spoke on it the first week we spoke about this, about how hard it was to find people like people of color, literally black people, that represent something good. And most of the characters were like stereotypes, like CJ, for instance, in Grand Theft Auto, or literally any game that came out.
I'm gonna let CJ pass because
No.
for that era, he had to be that character. For that era,
As I said,
imagine if we didn't get a CJ. Imagine if we were like playing a white guy in the hood. You think we would be like, why would you cast a white guy in the hood? We would say that, wouldn't we?
But that's the problem. We don't have to cast a black guy just because it's the hood. And that's one of the things that they were referring to. We're not saying, hey, okay, this person's obviously not affluent, and their only upbringing has to be from humble beginnings. That literally, that's what the article was saying. Obviously, there are people who have had that situation, and yeah, but it doesn't have to be CJ. I mean, there's nothing wrong with CJ existing. CJ exists because people exist that are like CJ, clearly. But I digress. Literally, another thing I was gonna mention. I know I put that article earlier. What I was initially gonna talk about was Insomniac. Insomniac did basically something similar to what we did in a podcast the first week, where we spoke about different people who we thought of when we thought of Black History Month, and then they literally like gave like shout outs to different people that like inspired them, that work for them,
Yeah.
So obviously one of the people that popped up was Killmonger, clearly, because
Mhm.
he's still like gonna be that person that's like, yeah, he's supposed to be a villain, but like, you know, looking at it from his perspective, you can sympathize with him. He grew from humble beginnings. He didn't have all these luxuries like where Black Panther's from. Um,
Yeah.
Another person they gave a shout out to was this guy named T.J. Hughes. He literally is a designer. Also, he is an artist, game designer from Missouri. He literally made a game called Nour. Well, Nour. I can't really pronounce it correctly, but they talk about him being like this person that always trying to perfect himself so he can like be on par, so to speak, with other programmers, because there's not that many Black programmers, or at least not that many that people are aware of. Um, Another artist they gave a call out to was that inspired someone from Insomniac is this guy named Jerry Lawson. Jerry Lawson revolutionized gaming because he's the dude that invented the video game cartridge, and
Yeah.
that's
Mhm.
huge. It's a Black guy. No, I'm sure no one knows that. you
Yeah,
know.
well, we know after watching the documentary on Netflix.
Yes. Well, I mean,
Yeah,
I barely
after
even
that, but a
finished
lot
that.
of people we did not know that for all these years we've been alive.
Exactly.
We didn't
Jerry
know
Lawson made this happen. It would not exist, or maybe it would have existed later. I mean, obviously, but it literally gave us this fondness in our childhood. Remember those cartridges blowing in them, and trying to put them back in there to make them work. You know.
that.
Um, they mentioned a few other people who are also artists.
You got the squeaky voice again.
I guess. What about that?
Still a little squeaky. Still, still the same way. Oh, we're sorry for the technical difficulties again. It happens. It happens. This is what happens when you happen. All right. So until Felice fixes that, Fred, what did you have any developers or anything? I know you were talking about streamers. Like, did you want to shout out any streamers, or did you have like any developers? Who did you want to shout out?
Uh, I think uh, I just wanted to put maybe a spotlight on you know uh, influencers. I know Twitch is doing this whole thing with like the highlighting people of color um, to um, to like promote their streams. Uh,
Excuse me.
we hear you, Felice.
Yeah, you sounded much better now.
I don't think she hears us. Uh, but yeah, I think that I don't know. I just get a little. I sound like a broken record, but I just get frustrated with the whole, uh, just like Black History Month being this month. I think that like I think that's part of the problem is that the fact that like we only ask you these questions during this month is like why isn't there enough game developers of color? Why is there not enough influencers of colors? Why is this a problem and we only touch on it during this month? So I just get frustrated because we're asking the questions for these 4 weeks, and then next month we're not mentioning them again. So I wish Felice was part of this. I want to kind of just like wait because I want like Felice to talk about this. So maybe we could talk about something else until she comes back.
Can you
Because
hear us, Felice?
I think she just has us
Can you hear
through
us?
I think she has us through her headphones, so she can't hear us.
Mm. All right, she's putting the headphones back on, people. This I'm just explaining for everyone who's just listening right now. Like,
Or
what is
she
going on?
this is probably my fault because I told her to put on the Katie headphones.
Mhm. Do you
Um,
hear us?
so maybe to have a pause, man.
All right.
Uh, but yeah, maybe I could touch up on maybe we want to talk about WandaVision real fast,
Oh, you want? All right. Because I wasn't even
and
gonna
then we go
bring it
back
up.
into it when she
Yeah.
comes back.
So yeah, we'll get back to the topic, guys, once we get Felice back. Oh, well, we hear her.
Okay,
We
let's put
don't
it in
know
the
if she
chat.
hears us. But yeah. So what do you think of WandaVision, man?
I think it's dope. I think that like oh, okay. I think it's dope. I think a pretty cool thing is that the next couple of episodes are gonna be an hour long. So
Yeah,
man, I'm gonna have
the
some
last three
popcorn. I'm gonna just like make it a fucking thing, and it's on Fridays too. So I'm just gonna be
tomorrow.
chilling. Yeah, I know. I can't wait, man. I have like a little thing with my wife where like we have breakfast Saturday, and then we just watch WandaVision while we eat breakfast. So I'm excited for the future of it. Uh, do you, from what you've seen, would you want to see another season of this, or do you kind of want this to be a one season thing?
Well, I think it's probably gonna be a one season thing because I don't get how Vision is gonna make it through the end of this. Like because problem has to be solved at some point. One thing I'm wondering because a lot of people are trying to like bring up this one bad guy that they think that
Mephisto?
yeah, Mephisto, he's one of these characters, but I'm not seeing it right now. They haven't been bringing us anything like any sort of a bad guy, but there has to be an enemy, and I guess it could be him because like they really want us to like think Wanda is the enemy here when all Wanda wants is her peace and her life to be together.
Yeah.
I like that they introduce her sons and stuff, who of course end up on the Young Avengers and things like that. So that was a good little snippet there, seeing them use their powers and everything like that. And of course the whole reveal with Fox's version of Marvel coming into the MCU and everything. So that was a whole the episode is great, man. I can't wait to see what happens tomorrow, especially if we're getting a full hour of this shit. Like I'm locked in tomorrow, and I'm sure we're gonna have a lot to talk about by next week.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
know,
That's the thing. If Mephisto comes into this, like, if it is him, he's pretty like his like. This is kind of like out the realm of the normal like Avengers and like this is like Doctor Strange kind type of enemy, you know. So I'd be really curious how the hell they portray him because this is like straight magic, different dimension shit. This isn't like just a bad guy who has superpowers. He's like full magic. He's like he's the pretty much the devil in this universe. So I think that'd be a big stretch to like. I'm just curious how they're gonna handle that if they go that route, because you know so far this episode they thrown in magic and stuff, but this I feel like if that's the bad guy, that's really gonna take this up a notch, you know,
yeah,
with the
we'll see,
craziness. Because
and
right
that would
now
make sense for me.
all the magic's been pretty subtle, you know. It's like in the realm of like okay, it's not too crazy. She just
Mhm.
changes things, or she does this or she does that, but like entering like a devil in different dimensions, or like next episode is gonna be kind of crazy.
Yeah, we already got hints of dang, I forgot the black lady's name. Already about to get her powers, which I
Yeah.
said when she got blasted that she probably was gonna start transforming and stuff like that. You know, Felice, can you hear us now? Are you good? Still not good. Okay, so we're still working with her. When she gets in, we're gonna let her finish her piece, though. We will want her to finish her piece. But Fred, what gaming news did you have? I guess let's go into what topic did you want to speak on?
For me, honestly, I haven't had too much. Again, we'll wait for the new time direct to get into all that stuff. Uh, maybe something that you'll probably be interested in.
Well,
Borders
yeah.
Gate.
Well. I fact talking about the direct, like, well, since you wasn't part of it, like, what was your favorite part, and what was the shittiest thing you thought came from it?
Um, My favorite part was honestly a little surprising that Mario Golf. I think that was something that I wasn't expecting. Almost like Nintendo does it again, flashbacks of having your childhood. Because man, when they showed that game, I'm like, fuck, it brought back memories of me like as a kid playing that game. Um, I think that was pretty dope. I think that they had a lot like No More Heroes 3. I think that was pretty cool to see. Um, I think I'm tired of Nintendo. I think I said in chat, I'm tired of Nintendo keep trying to resell us old ass fucking games or games that like been out already. Like, why would anybody spend money on these games again
because we
for the
can't
Switch?
get them on any other console.
No, no, the no, not Nintendo exclusives. The other ones like Outer Worlds, Apex. Why would you play Apex on the Switch? It's like these games that I'm sure there's somebody out there who's like, I'm only playing the Switch. Which God bless
Yeah,
you,
there's a
because
lot of people out there only have it, you know.
yeah, but
So,
those are like the casual gamers who are just like, oh cool, this is pretty. I mean, to each to own, but I think that those games are really not meant to be played on the Switch. That's why it's taking forever for them to be port.
hey, well, I say if you can get it out there to everyone, then hey, why not? The
Do
more
you
the
think they should be
merrier.
charged $60?
Nah, I think it's been out for a while. At least Apex is free, but it said it's been out for a while and stuff. I don't think at least give $10 off.
Yeah,
But
I think that's the thing. It's like that's my whole thing. It's like they're charging people $60 for these games that have been out for like years, and like kind of like, oh, you can play on the Switch now. It's like at $30, $40, I'll buy it. There's definitely a market for it. I think I was close to buying Resident Evil 4 for the Switch just to fucking buy it again. Uh, I love that game. I could probably that's probably one of the most bought games. I just always buy that game.
yeah, I'm
Um,
not buying that shit over again. You know,
yeah. So I wasn't too impressed with the Smash Brothers.
oh, the reveal of what's the name? It starts with a. Gosh, I can't see. That's how much of the Smash Brothers character I don't really even care about. Is that we don't. I can't even remember her damn name. But I know it's from Valkyria Chronicles. Same place Shulk is from. But that character got some good moves and everything. But I never bought the season pass for Smash, so all I do is play. I buy individual characters if I feel they're worth it, rather than buy the pass. 'Cause I don't play it that much for me to buy the pass anymore, unless I
Yeah.
got friends over and shit. So my favorite part was also, well, one, the Mario Golf coming back, which Mike called, and then on top of that was that RPG, that tactical RPG game that's still a working title, so and we got Felice back now. So, my lady, so we are going over to Nintendo, but we want you to finish your thought on what Microsoft was doing, and then we'll get your thoughts on what you liked and disliked on the Nintendo presser.
I pretty much named the people who no one really knows about, which is kind of shitty to say it that way. Um, but these people were basically pioneers in their fields, or and still are. And beyond that, the other people that they named was like James Baldwin, you know, who everyone should know who that is. He
Mm-hmm.
talks about seeing blackness as negativity because it's associated with things. That's how the world sees it anyway, you know. And a lot of people try to distance themselves, which is kind of shitty. Uh, like the Serena Williams, Nelson Mandela, they named those too. Named those as well as people who inspire the people at Insomniac. You know.
Yeah.
Um, but beyond that, um, that was pretty much what I was going to say about that. And you kind of touched a bit about the Xbox portion previously. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I was going to say.
All right. What about well, me and Felice did our live react of the Nintendo oh gosh, what they call these damn things again? Like everything's slipping my head, but yeah, the Nintendo presser yesterday. We did it,
Yeah,
so I know we
the Nintendo
basically gave
Direct.
our reaction. You should check it out if you want to see how we reacted to everything yesterday. It's on YouTube, Facebook, everything that you see us streaming on all the time. But what was your biggest surprise, or what were you most excited about, and what do you think they showed us that you're like didn't really care much of, even though there was a lot that came out that we didn't give two shits about. But what stands out for you?
Honestly, I was upset and underwhelmed. I know that Mankin wasn't there, but he was there like messaging as well. And he kind of mentioned that as well. He was like, "What is this? What is this crap? What is this? Don't give us the same game again. Why are you doing this to us?" And that's pretty much what it is. Nintendo Direct felt like a regurgitated version of what we should be having. Kind of like when the mama bird spits the food into the baby bird's mouth. Literally, that's what Nintendo gave us. That's how it felt. I don't want that. One thing though, after like watching Nintendo Direct that I thought a little more on. I mean, I'll play Mario Golf though, FYI. But beyond that, I saw an article about Splatoon 3, and I was talking trash about Splatoon because we were upset about everything, but they removed gender, which I thought was pretty interesting. They're saying that there's no gender option in Splatoon 3 at all. So all the Squid Kids are non-binary, which I thought was pretty interesting. So there's a non-binary, um, like people are tweeting about this, like non-binary pride flags and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't. It's a game. Like it shouldn't matter. Like I mean, it matters to a degree to people who are underrepresented, which goes back to the thing that companies or rather, are trying to do. They're trying to eliminate things like this kind of language when
And
picking
they've been doing this
characters.
with this game for years too, so I'm surprised
But
people are
in
now
Splatoon
realizing
3,
that.
sorry, but Splatoon 2, they're all like, do you want a boy or a girl? And then you have this whole umbrella of individuals with many umbrellas under those that, they care. Like, and with the articles coming out more and more about, children choosing, to tell their parents this is what who I am, and parents actually following suit and saying, okay, we'll let you figure out your life, and I'll just be here to support you. Like it's important. It's important. So making it more about like just having fun and playing the game versus being like, oh, I identify as this, I have to be this. Like, so that was like my takeaway after the fact. I didn't feel like that during because I didn't hear that portion of it. They didn't really focus on that. It wasn't really a thing. It wasn't until after they tweeted about it. Like Splatoon 3, there's a bunch of tweets about it, about the destroying the concept of gender in an apocalyptic world. So it's like, I mean, I think that's creative. I mean, is it unique in terms of like you said, are other games doing it? I think it is because other games aren't exactly doing it. You have
No,
some
no, I
games like
wasn't saying like other games in particular. I know like that
no,
game.
no,
Like, I remember being able to choose a boy and a girl, but I don't remember them like putting male, female on or anything like that in the last game.
well, if you have to choose a boy or girl, you are choosing in reference to the game world, male or female.
Yeah. But we'll see when the game. Let's really wait and see what the game actually does when it comes out.
I mean,
You
that's
know,
what it shows. It shows the images online, stuff like that. But my takeaway from it is that's cool. You're trying to be more open minded.
Mhm. And all right. So other than that, what gaming news did you want to bring? Did you have anything that you wanted to talk about?
Did you talk about? Um, 'Cause I couldn't hear anything for.
Oh, we spoke about WandaVision. I don't know if you have
I
anything to say
haven't I
about
haven't
that.
logged in yet to
Oh,
account.
okay.
Did you talk about Activision yet?
We haven't
Call of
talked about
Duty.
any news yet.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
okay.
didn't talk about nothing yet.
I'll wait for that for you. But
No,
I'll just
no, go
mention.
ahead. No, you go ahead and bring it up because you two are the Call of Duty cheeseheads.
Oh,
So
cheesehead.
y'all might as well y'all
I
take the
mean,
lead.
from what I understood, there was a leak,
I know. Well, they
and
showed the trailer today.
yeah, well now,
Mhm.
but previously there was a leak, and they tried to pull it back and try to pretend like nothing happened. Uh, I mean that's what it says online. Um, so it's like it looks like it's rolling out over 2 days, and then on the third day it's going to finally be out. So starting at what was it, February 23rd, midnight here to 3 a.m. well, Eastern time. They're gonna start with Cold War with the new zombie update, the season 2 as well,
Yes.
like the whole roadmap to
And it
that.
looks like it's gonna be fun.
It's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of weapons. The characters, NATO characters. I
Mhm.
always say it
And
wrong.
it's open
Warsaw.
world.
Yeah, like they're it just. I can't wait for these weapons, man. I want that machete. um,
They made it seem so cool though. I like how the trailer made it seem like they made it seem like people really strategize that well when they're playing these
no,
games.
we just run and gun and get
Like
shot.
you just run and gun and occasionally say, "Yo, pick me up! I'm about to die," But they're like
Yeah, they don't hit
driving in
people up in that game.
cars and holding up horns, and then there's a sniper all the way at the end, making sure you can run away. Like, fuck out of here!
It's
Nobody's
not happening.
fucking
That's not
doing
happening.
all that shit. They love
This
to
is not
like.
RTS. That's
I
not
guess they
happening.
did it as a way to like of course excite us, but every time I see them do these things, I'm just like, yo,
I
this is
mean,
not. Maybe there's a team out there that
technically,
plays like
yeah.
that, but
If you're a team and you're in a, I was gonna say league, but I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. If you're in the same like crew or whatever they call it, because I'm not part of one in Call of Duty, I just shoot things. Um, then yeah, I can see like you have people. Oh, you're good at sniping. Okay, so we're gonna give you cover. You go, you start sniping things, and we'll run this way and capture. Yeah, because I remember playing Overwatch, and granted we didn't really do that while doing it all the time, but we had plans. We did have plans. When you play with a group over a course of time, I can
yeah,
see how that
I
would.
understand it
It
Overwatch,
didn't work out that way though,
but
but
yeah,
I can
Overwatch.
see.
I strategized a lot in Overwatch, but in Call of Duty, like I unless I'm playing with friends, where you guys actually hear my voice. If I'm playing with Randy's, then it's just like whatever. Let's just see how long we survive
That's
this shit
because you
and
be
get the
muting people and
objective.
cussing people out. That's the only reason why.
Yeah, yeah, because I don't be taking it that damn seriously. But Fred, what you thought about the season 2 update? Because you're gonna be the one streaming it the most, and you and Felice.
Probably
But I know
Felice. She
you're
plays
probably gonna
more.
stream it during the
I'm
day.
playing
Felice
too
is gonna be
much.
streaming at night.
It looks okay. I'm just waiting for them. Just setting it up to introduce a new bigger map, which I think I'm more excited about, just because I've been playing on Verdansk for since everybody's been playing it since forever. So I'm kind of looking forward to just a changing of setting. But I like it. I'm not too excited about the new guns, just because I think that's more for Black Ops. Warzone.
Yeah,
I play mostly Warzone, so like those just don't work in Warzone like that.
I play Black Ops a lot.
Um, but I like the idea of the zombie open world. I'm curious how open. I'm curious, like, is it like us four versus zombies versus another 14? Like, I wonder if it's like
And
PvP
I think
versus
it's just us
PvE.
four against the zombies,
So, like,
and
how big is the
um,
map? That's what I'm
they're
saying.
Well,
It gets
continuing the
complicated.
story.
Like,
It's
I don't
just
how,
think
gonna be
it's gonna be like that.
multiple objectives on
because
the
if
map.
it's like open world map with us four, then that seems pretty dope. But like, if it's like us four versus another four with zombies, that seems whack. I'm like, I don't want a PvE versus P.
I
Um,
thought it was gonna be like that the test game in October. Do you remember when Warzone was like zombies also?
Yeah. So
I
if
thought it
it's
was
gonna
gonna be
be like
like
that,
that.
then it's not gonna be that fun because I have to worry about fucking zombies and then fucking people shooting me behind me too. So I'd rather just probably won't touch that. But I like this that they're evolving and trying different things. I think I'm tired of every year another COD game. So
Facts.
I that's why, and also just like it's the same fucking game and just like reskin different mechanics. So next, remember when it was jumping up on wars and
I
like
know the
that's gonna come
flying
back. I bet you in
mechanics
three
in the
years. That's
future
just because they're
game.
already talking about going back to World War II. So it's a fucking cycle versus World War II, Vietnam. Then it's gonna be futuristic, and it's gonna be super in space futuristic, and then we'll go back to boots on the ground.
They better not go to
So
space.
Robin,
They better not go to space.
they
They went
did.
to space
Yeah,
already.
Black
When
Ops
did they go to space? Was that Ghost?
Four,
The
the last
future.
Black Ops. Yeah.
It wasn't black. Was it Black Ops?
Yeah, it was Black Ops. We were in a
I
space
know.
station. It was like
I didn't play it.
gravity,
So they went to space in that
and
one,
that's
but
why the famous line we're gonna have to go back to boots on the ground because they went so futuristic that
yeah,
like that now they're like okay we gotta go back to boots
and
on the ground.
people
You know what I'm
hated
waiting
that
for?
multiplayer
A
too.
fucking battleground. Fucking can we get Battlefield again? Can we get that? Like I would love to see that.
That was my shit.
Yeah.
Police, we're getting the mic issue again. I'm sorry. Oh my goodness. We apologize, guys. This is just not Felice's night,
It
unfortunately, with the
happens. Last
mic.
time I had a blackout. So
Oh yeah, yeah. There's that time you had the blackout, and then hey, my internet cut out a few times. So it happens to all of us sometimes. Here and now, here, whatever the saying I'm looking for and shit. But moving on from COD, Saudi Arabia acquired 3.3 billion stake in EA, Take Two, and Activision and Blizzard. They just wanted to show that they're trying to be more of a futuristic place. They're saying, I forgot the name. What's the name of their leader? They use their public investor fund. The Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. He's known globally as MBS, but he wanted to like invest in some video game companies so the world could know that they're not behind. Like they know what's going on. They wanted to make some money with this. I guess they want to get more games and stuff out of there and stuff. He wanted to have a decent foothold in the video game industry, and just want Saudi Arabia to have some type of fraction of ownership in it as well. So we'll see
that's
where
such
that
a
goes.
that's such. I wish you would have brought that up earlier because that's such a like that's an interesting thing that he did. I'm curious with the currency down there,
Yeah,
what the dollar value is, how much a PS5 is down there. Because I know like some other countries, the PS5 is like $1,000 just because their currency is all fucked up. So I wonder if like I understand what his logic is like, yo, put respect on my name type shit, So I'm curious. Like I feel like it's a bigger story, and I'm probably
yeah.
gonna read a little
Not a
bit
lot of
up on
people are
it.
really going to talk about it like that. That's why I said, let me at least, even if I don't know all the details, I
Because
feel
like
like
that's
we
interesting,
should
and
bring it
like
up.
I know China's a big market. I know America's a big market. Europe's a big market. So maybe they're trying. But the problem is, one guy buying all these stocks just shows me that he just has a lot of money. Like that doesn't show me that people want these games there.
Yeah.
Because I know Brazil, their currency's all fucked up. Or like to buy a game is like dumb expensive. To buy a
Yeah.
system is dumb expensive. So I guess, but like if it's one guy doing it, it's just not really diversifying. It's more just one guy just flexing.
No, well, he's doing it for them all
I know, but
together.
it's hit. He has the stocks though, right?
No, well, they used the country's money. He didn't use his personal money.
So this is not his stocks. So he just
Yeah,
so,
he
so,
bought it at, yeah, Saudi Arabia's money went into the stocks, not
so
his.
the government of Saudi Arabia bought
Yeah,
these
they
companies.
bought stocks in here.
Oh, okay, see that's different. You made it sound like some rich asshole over there just buying stocks and shit. See that's it. No, see that's even more interesting. Definitely maybe next week we could touch up on it and see a little bit more. 'Cause
Yeah,
I
a
like
little
that
bit
stuff.
more, and we bring it to you guys where we're more knowledgeable on the
That's
topic.
dope though, but because they're seeing it as more than just games. They're actually investing in it and the future of it. So I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and that probably means they'll get more. Of course, they went into EA though because they're big on football out there,
Yo,
soccer.
they have money. They have the oil
So
money. I would
yeah,
have just bought CD Red, but yo, bro, I own you now.
yeah. Oh man. So there we go. So Felice says they have a plan that will have its next phase in 2030.
Isn't it
So
crazy that 2030 is around the corner?
I
Like I
know,
remember
right?
like 2000 being a big deal. That was like
No,
2030.
but the year 2000, the world was supposed to go to shit. We always supposed to go to hell, or God was
Yo,
supposed
it's
to come and
2020.
judge
I mean,
us
what's
all.
2020? But like,
You
I
know,
like these were like movies based on the future were set in this time. Like Back to the Future, we passed Back to the Future. That makes sense. But it's just this that's like a drink in a game conversation.
yeah. But oh, there we go. She said 86 to reform the country and efforts to attract foreign investment.
They should, you know what they should do? Invest in a studio there. Put money into a studio,
Yeah, I'm
and
pretty sure people. Oh, said 86 is. I figure I was like, hold on, is 86? Oh, what you meant to
I thought it
say?
was like a vote or something, like 86 to like voted
I
on
felt like it was
this.
food being returned. Like,
Yeah, that's cool. But like, I think, see, that's the problem. Is that like instead of putting the work in to develop your own studios, they just buying shit. And I think that's kind of the problem. And it goes back to like maybe that's why people of color don't have an opportunity to do these things because they're buying EA, they're buying all these big things. Why not invest in your own people and invest there? Because that's you like you want to be in this industry. Invest your people into it. Like, have games coming out from that area.
And
So
there's smart people out there, not to sound like I'm profiling, but kind of am in a way. But
but
there's
I'm
a
just
lot of
saying
smart
like
people out
I
there.
get it, but this is the problem. This is the rich people just like okay, just buy it. We're in it, instead of just like okay, put people in score, educate these motherfuckers, and have some games coming out of there.
Yeah, and Felice says, but new businesses versus already established businesses sometimes have more of a risk. One, you need to get new stockholders, and I don't know if she's about to type some more. Give
Probably,
us a
but just
wave.
to interject,
Uh, oh, then the other, you already have a name. Yeah, so
but like just to interject, like this it's just like that's the problem. Is that like we're not investing in ourselves. We're looking for just the bottom dollar. So I think the people on top are gonna stay on top because EA could come up with a game. Activision could come up with a game, but we don't know these smart indie games could come up with a big game. So it's just part. It's the part of the problem is that
it'll
sometimes you
be
gotta give.
hard to find your next
Yeah, because nobody wants to take a chance.
fall
It's like the same thing
guys
with
and stuff.
when you go out for a job. They're like, we need 20-year experience for this entry job. You're like, what the fuck is the entry job? Like, just give me the job, but you need like 10 years of experience to do one thing. It's just like they're setting you up to fail. It's like, how do I get the experience if you don't hire me to get the 10-year experience I need? It's just like a fucking loop that just never ends. I'm just ranting. Go ahead.
Well, that's life for us, unfortunately.
Yeah.
In other news though, until we get back to that topic, hopefully next week. This is the last thing I really had about Outriders free demo coming out. It's going live February 25th. Outriders look like it's going to be a big game this year. But we're getting a free demo. It'll include all the classes, all 4 classes, 6 character slots, cross play, and they say so much more. And they say all your progress will transfer over to the full game, and the demo will keep running after the game comes out too. So I'm wondering how much content they're actually going to put into this damn game. Outriders hasn't been spoken about much this year. Every demo we see, it looks fucking amazing. But I'm looking forward to this demo. That's what, like in another week, like next week Friday probably.
Yeah, I'm overseeing some videos of that game, and it reminds me a little bit of Gears of War. Just the cover based shooting. Uh, I like it. Do you know if it's gonna be a $70 game, $60 game, $40 game?
Man, that shit looks like a $70 game.
Yeah.
That
I
Um,
don't know, man.
do you
$70.
think it's gonna be? At least like cross save, cross progress? You think if I
I
buy it
think
like on?
yeah, cross save usually means cross progress, so you
Gotcha.
can play it on any one of your systems and carry on with your character, which is
I'm
cool.
surprised that's not an Xbox Game Pass game. That feels like something that would be like a Game Pass game.
Hey, it might end up being one sooner or later, but it's going to be on PS5, PS4, Series X and S, Xbox One, PC, Steam, and streaming on NVIDIA GeForce Now. And although the game will be on Stadia, Stadia will not be getting the demo. Unfortunately, like,
Weird as
there we
hell.
go. Yeah, the one knock on Stadia, something else for people to make fun of Stadia with. But yeah, so I think this is gonna be good, man.
You think? Are you gonna buy it on Stadia?
No, I don't think because this has cross save unless I have a reason to be playing it on Stadia too. Like I'm going on vacation for 2 weeks or something, and I'm not carrying my console. Then yeah, I'm gonna buy it on Stadia. So I'll save that for June. I'll buy it for Stadia in like June. The game comes out, I believe, in April. I believe it's April. Uh, Let me see if I get it here. Damn, I had it down, but I believe that it was April that the game comes out. If it's not April, then August. Got to start with an A. So you guys could correct me on that later. But I think the game's going to be good. I didn't really have anything. Oh yes, fuck MPDs for January. I got them at least the top selling games of January. I was able to pull those up. Let's see. Do you guys want to take a guess at what's number 10?
No.
Cheap, so
NBA 2K21 number 10. Number 9, Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. Still 2021, still Nintendo games selling great. Number 8, Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Number 7, New Year, New Me.
Wait,
Ring
just to touch on that Modern
Wait.
Warfare, that's an old game.
Fitness
So the
as a
fact that like it's beating is Black Ops on this list?
Black Ops is
Yes,
on
it
this
is.
list.
Okay, so
Yes, it
wow,
is.
2 Call of Duty games on top 10. That's crazy.
Mhm. Hey, it's no different than Mario Kart still being up there for like fucking year
But it's
after.
not a Mario Kart Part 2. You know, it's like this is
It's, it's
people love
8.
their. I
Yeah,
got Dre.
so Mario Kart 8 is number 8. I mean, number 7, 6. Number 7 was Ring Fit Adventure, which even I got Ring Fit
Yeah,
Adventure.
my wife was actually on that today.
Yeah, I got that. Number 5, Animal Crossing, New Horizons. Number 4, Madden NFL 21. Of course, with Super Bowl around the corner, the football sales go up. Plus, they always put the discount out at the beginning of the next
Yeah.
year. Number 3, you guys want to guess what the top 3 selling games was of January?
Spider-Man.
Black Ops.
Oh, you got it. Number 3, Spider-Man.
Nice.
You know, there you go.
I'm cheating.
Oh, you cheating. Look, she went and pulled it. You're not supposed to pull it up when I'm talking about it.
Yeah, Spider-Man, and then number
Number
2
2, Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
and number 1.
And then number 1, Black Ops. Sure.
All right, just Dre, you have the list in front of you. How many of those are Nintendo exclusives in the top 10?
1, 2, 3, 4. 4 out of 10.
Oh, Smash Bros.
Yeah,
You're right.
they're
4 out of
dominating.
10.
1, 2.
Nintendo's
3.
always there. This it's actually weird that this is like one of the few times that a Nintendo game isn't in the top 3. You know, it's not in the top 3.
You don't like Black Ops. Stop it.
You like Warzone.
Yeah, you like Warzone.
We're
She
playing
said Black Ops.
Green and
Yeah, because she like in her head, like this is her. She's like, I love Black Ops. I'm like, why you never play Black Ops? I'm just like into a Warzone kind of mood right now. It's like been like 3 years now. She's been in Warzone. It's like it's not a mood anymore. It's like a permanent feeling in your life. So she loves her Black Ops. I'm just surprised it's number 1. Honestly,
it's Call of Duty, man. It's always hits number 1
I
for
don't know,
a few
man.
months. Always
I
hits
feel
number
for
1
it.
for a few months.
I wonder if there's a list for top grossing games. I want
No,
to see where
it
Fortnite's
is,
at,
but I couldn't
Warzone's at,
this
2K's
time.
at,
Top
FIFA's
grossing
at.
for
Put it
what?
out.
For the year? For the month?
For the last month, because that's the bigger thing. It's like what people are spending money on.
Well, these are the
January?
top selling games. You know, it's just not the
It's
top.
amazing, right?
Yeah, these are the top selling games.
No,
of
no,
the-
top grossing. I mean, like how
Oh,
much?
how much
Like
money they actually took?
yeah, like how much Warzone? Because Warzone has to be top. Fortnite has to be top grossing game. Because
Oh, okay, yeah.
yeah, you know what I mean. Like
Skins
DLCs and like the
yeah.
paid coins, like FIFA, Madden, 2K. It has to be like those 5.
The first thing I looked up had
I was
money on
looking
it.
for everything else, but
Oh, it's fine, it's fine. I'm just maybe next time because
yeah,
that's
next week we could bring it
that's
on.
the thing that I'm interested in, is like what people are pumping their money in. Because I know like on mobile games it's like Candy Crush, fucking all these.
I still don't understand how people put money into Candy Crush.
Ask
You
Mad
don't need to. You
Cream.
just press the button and see what
Ask Mad
happens.
Cream why she puts money into it.
I
My
know.
bank account knows why.
I had a girl at my job that told me she spends money on Candy Crush. I'm like, on Candy Crush? Does it give you new skins?
They give you these power ups, and
I
the
know.
thing is like you put money in.
Yeah.
She loves like the 2 games that like it's free to play, but they constantly want money from you.
Oh, man, it's crazy.
And
I
she
still
loves
debating.
casinos and gambling too.
I'm debating if I'm even gonna get the next Call of Duty season pass, because I'm like past playing with you guys. I don't know how many levels I'm gonna go up.
Yeah,
Right
I didn't
now,
hit 100 this
I'm
year.
going hard on Destiny 2 right now, like crazy. Like I don't know, yo, Destiny did it with this new season that's out. Yo, Destiny is on some new shit. Like they got like this wave by wave shit. It's like they call it the battlegrounds, and it's fucking fun, man. It's crazy.
You get extras to help you with the levels.
She's trying to justify where she spent money.
I know.
She's in denial.
All right, you don't gotta justify it. I be on Elder Scrolls Online with mad crowns from my
I used to
monthly
play Fallout
membership.
Shelter and spend
It's-
that
Oh, me
money.
too. I put money in Fallout Shelter.
I had to stop myself and delete it.
I know. You know what happened to me? I didn't get a chance to delete it. My fucking file got lost and got
That's
deleted.
great.
So like I put like money in that game, and then like I just don't have it
Dude.
anymore.
My dude,
So
when they dropped it for the consoles, I was like, is this the same game? What the fuck, man?
Mm.
yeah, motherfuckers. Yo,
I
they
Yeah.
get us though. Like that's a we could probably do a whole like.
Shelter, as soon as it came to the point where I had to put money in, I stopped playing.
That's the thing. They don't like make you have to do. It's like, hey, get this top. Like, what's the system on it, Felice? Is it like stars? Like this, like 5-star character? I forgot.
Yeah. Yeah, you
But like
talking
that's
about
how they get you. It's
the
like,
where you
hey,
level them up and stuff like that?
yeah,
The
get like
little
5.
vault boxes and shit.
Yeah, to like to
And
get
then for
high.
the random characters.
Yeah, it's a fucking. Yo, what happened to that? Wasn't they getting like sued for loot boxes? Did that just shit just go away?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I
Yeah.
think
It went away.
it went away because something more important
They just
probably
hush
came
hush.
up.
That's the
Yeah,
money. They're like,
Was
here.
that you talking about Overwatch? How they got
well, I know Overwatch got sued about loot
But
boxes,
I thought
but
like the
because
UK or something
they
was
were
like
cheating.
suing them.
Because
then,
like you
Um,
no matter how if they make the way you set it up, because I even got stuck in that little thing. The way you set it up is like you think that okay, if I buy this, I'm gonna be guaranteed at least one box. It's gonna be amazing. But then when you go into it, you don't get that shit. It's random.
yeah, it's like
And then
auto.
it's like,
It
well,
is random. So
it's
that's what
duplicated.
we're talking about is that they need to tell you. That's why a lot of places now tell you
yeah,
the
2K does
percentage
that.
chance you have of getting a
Oh,
rare,
that shit does
a
not say it.
medium, and all
You just
that
had to have
stuff.
seen it.
Yeah, 2K to get like that shit's was a fucking scam, man.
Yeah,
2K
I
even
has
don't
they
auto
understand.
chess, man.
Thank you for following the
Yeah,
sound
thanks for
wave.
the follow. We appreciate it. But yeah, even auto chess. I play a lot of auto chess on PlayStation, and like they be trying to give you $5.99 for 10 crates, and you get the same thing out of 8 of those crates, and then 2 of them like give you a new sticker, and one is an emote, and you were hoping for a new board or a character.
Facts. And like, I don't know, damn sticker.
Yeah, it was crazy, man. It was crazy. But if you guys have nothing else to bring up, that's everything.
I kind of want to mention this last thing. I know I said I was gonna say it's gonna be quick. I promise.
No, go ahead.
So I was playing my PlayStation 5, and it's got a slew of issues from when I first got it. But I powered through because it's a PS5, right? And the wait list to get another one's like 6 months, as per Sony, 3 to 6 months. Sorry, but I saw an article today that posted by GameSpot, uh, and it was saying how a New York law firm is moving to with a class action suit against Sony
Oh
because
yeah.
yeah, because their controllers, the DualShock 5
They
have.
have the drift issue.
And I want to say I agree because I was playing Call of Duty. My shooting has never gotten much that it hasn't gotten better since the drift, but I don't like it because sometimes my character runs around in circles and gets me really pissed off. Um, but legitimately, that shit it's fucked up. It's cheap as shit. The controllers or even the ports in the system.
guess what just happened, guys?
Your power went out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just jinxed the shit out of
Yeah.
that.
Yo.
Jersey life, guys.
That's fucked up, man. But yeah, so they're like, based on the allegations or lawsuit, they're like, they're saying that like Sony cannot dispute that it had pre-sale knowledge of drifting defect in the DualSense controller, but the law firm or whoever's following the suit is saying that it's a similar thing that happened with the DualShock 4 controller. So like they knew, there's like no way, but they can't say that they didn't know. They can't dispute that whether they knew or not is what they're saying, which I think is pretty crazy because
Well,
like
there wasn't a lot of complaints about it when the system initially came out.
because everybody was putting that. Well, if you think about the sales versus the amount of people who actually opened their box and played it, who's complaining versus who actually got the system?
Are we talking about Nintendo or PlayStation?
A
PlayStation.
PlayStation getting sued about the drifting, but I have 3 PS5 controllers, and
Yeah, I have 2. I don't have no drifting on mine.
My
I don't got
controller, the guy runs in circles to the left.
yeah, my no issues with
My
my.
Nintendo joystick is fucked up though.
They lost that suit though, right? With the drift of the Nintendo controller.
Nintendo, if they lost, they wouldn't let us know
They have
because
so much
Nintendo.
fucking money that it doesn't even matter if they
Yeah, they don't even care, like, because they don't even spend money like that.
I just want to pose the question, like, okay, we know we out here buying this shit when it comes out. We know people clown us. That's real. They're like, oh, why you get that when it come out? But we game heads. We're gonna do it regardless,
Yeah.
If we love what we're doing, which we do. But like, when do we like stop stop and say like these companies need to be held accountable for some of this broken shit that they do. I mean, it's just another question that we already asked for projects CD whatever.
CD Project Red.
Thank you.
I think I think that's
Thank you.
it's a perfect. I think never, because we're part of the problem. Like I want the newest shit day one. I want the new PS5. I want the new Xbox, and like I'm part of the problem because I totally respect. I think as just gamers and just as people in general, we should stop our like say like no, we're not gonna allow this to happen. But then the other part of us is like, hey, I want fucking the new Xbox. I want the new PS5. So I think it's a double-edged sword. Like I
One
agree. Like
practice
we
I
should.
hate more than anything is pre-ordering games. I
Oh, I
hate
don't pre-order games anymore.
pre-ordering. Like I
I
don't pre-order
stopped too
shit
actually.
unless like that's why they have to offer us so much shit like pre-ordering Destiny or Elder Scrolls. This game don't come out until June or July, but the last time I didn't pre-order, I didn't get my new mount. Everyone's running around with this mount. I don't
You're pissed the fuck off.
get my new pet, and I'm like, now I gotta pay for it because you guys got it and I want it too. So it's just like, but I hate pre-ordering games. If something ends up being shitty, you already got my damn money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
So
reminds me of the WoW days going around. It's what you said about the mount, or even like was it Dragon Age? The one with the I don't know, can't even think of it right now. But it just reminds me of WoW days when I wanted that stupid fucking mount in the pet and I couldn't get it, and so I had to do some shady deals with someone and sell and purchase it for currency to get a random code from someone.
and
Yeah.
that's crazy because WoW mounts they cost like $15 to $20 by themselves,
But you can't even get certain mounts unless you pre-order it. And if you go to eBay, because yes, I'm that person. If you go to eBay, you got these assholes selling the codes that they got in their copies, their million copies, and you're like, you don't know if the code is used in that. You just gotta give the money.
Yeah,
You
it's shady as fuck.
should do it, but
But I
I mean,
think just
I've
to
done it.
touch on what you said, like, what do you think needs to happen to like make all these gamers and stuff like take a stand? I know we are on the same page with loot boxes, and that's why it's going so far. This is the farthest it's ever been, loot boxes. So I think you're right. Nintendo fucked us up with giving us fucked up equipment. PlayStation did the same thing. I'm curious, Felice, what do you think it's gonna take for us to really like wake up on this?
I don't even know, man, because even with the loot box situation or the Nintendo drift, the controller drifters inside that may or may have not settled outside of court with that one group that sued them, but not all the people who could possibly get money on that. Like when things get hushed, we don't know what the fuck is happening. Like no one knows about it. It gets quieted. You don't see the articles anymore on the internet. No one's speaking about it because they're like, oh, shiny new Pokemon, and it's just like.
Mhm.
What would it take? I honestly don't know because realistically, no one's gonna stop buying it. It's like asking people not to buy the new iPhone or the new Jordans when they first drop. It's not gonna happen. They're gonna buy that shit. So like, no matter how many times you yell, with the exception of food boxes, because we're all at home, like I don't think there's anything we can do. We could try.
How sad is that though?
I know these things are
This
going
is
to
like
It's very
trying to
sad.
convince people to stop buying VC for 2K when it comes out. That would be
because
like
it's such a tricky thing. It's like, yo, I like we all work 40, 80 hours overtime, and you're gonna tell me what to do with my money. If I want to spend $20 on 2K, I'm gonna fucking do it. I don't give a shit what you say. But it's like you can't go at them like that. You can't be like, don't do this because it's bad. You
Yeah.
gotta educate the person. You gotta let the person know why this is bad and what you could do with that money.
It
So
would have to be a big company to do it.
yeah, I think it has like exactly. I think it has to be like a big company, maybe like a CD Red or something like,
Not secret.
or
No.
software. People who make Demon Souls, like there's good people out there, game developers who are like, we're not gonna put loot boxes in. For instance, the Ghost of Tsushima, they
Yeah.
added a whole game mode and was free.
well, it could have been like $20. That
Yeah,
whole
I said it a whole bunch of times. I'm like, I would gladly
Or
pay
like
$20 for this
CD Red
shit.
before Cyberpunk when it was just The Witcher.
I like CD Red. I think they
When
gave too much
you
shit.
pre-order that game, you got to get all this DLC. Actually, you didn't have to pre-order. At that point, they said they're going to release it to everybody. But the people who got the DLC first were the people who pre-ordered the game.
pre-ordered, yeah.
Yeah. So when that had, yeah, still less than you.
And that's a reason to pre-order, like
They're
game,
like free DLC. It's actually game content.
I
not
think
skins.
honestly, that's the way we do this. It's like maybe it's Microsoft it's maybe the problem. But I feel like Microsoft. I don't know. I haven't read the story about. I mean, Sony about what they're actually doing to what. I sorry, 'cause I came in late. Do they have a program where you set it in and you get a free one, or what's the
Oh, you
problem?
mean the for your system when it doesn't
Yeah,
work?
the Joy-Con. Can you
Controller.
set it in the controller?
No, they're not even admitting right now that something's wrong with
There's a
it.
problem. See, that's the problem. I mean, I think we all have to do.
They're just starting to get the law the suit is just coming to fruition. It
I
just
think
got posted midday today.
I think the best thing we do is, even though we're on a small platform like this, is keep addressing it, keep mentioning it every week. Like, what's Sony gonna do? Keep educating. Like, they want us to forget about it. They want us to forget about loot boxes. They want us to forget about all the bullshit they're doing. And half the time it works because we're just on to the next story. You know?
I mean, but what's even worse is that they're even like instead of saying we have an issue with it, they're saying instead that it's user problems, not their product. Like they're saying, oh well, we'll troubleshoot with you, and you can't even get mad at people who troubleshoot with you because they work for Sony. They're not. I mean, I know we see them as Sony, but like they don't make that much money. They're just the people that they pay all over the country or world to do tech support. They don't, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's like
When
they
you
have
say
these
those
people who
people,
are
we
who.
just send it out. Remember, I used to do this at Sony when I worked there. People would call me for help. If I knew they what could be done, I'll help them out. Or if they were nice, like they used to come to the lounge and then I'll help you out if I know the thing. Some people come in there and I'd be like, my dog, my man, is wrong with your PS3. I know this issue. You're watching too much porn. Okay, like
What?
dude. And he'd be
What
like,
issue is there on a PlayStation where like
no,
you
it's
it
just
breaks?
certain things that used to happen. The guy was like, he comes in, he's like, yo, every time I'm trying to watch videos, my PS5 freezes on me like every few times.
Oh, the playback thing,
So
bootleg
like
movies.
listen, I'm a man, we're adults here. I've watched porn on my PlayStation before,
What?
and
A lot of
every
information.
three videos you watch, it would freeze every three. So I asked him, every third video, is it freezing on you?
He's
He's
like,
like, yeah,
yeah. Oh my
do
god, you
that.
know?
You're watching porn. I know you're watching porn. They're like,
Did you say that?
yeah, I told them, I'm like, you're watching porn. If
So
you're
what? But is it just a porn problem or just 83 videos?
it was just every no, it was only on porn sites. If you go watch YouTube and watch three videos, it wasn't gonna freeze. It was only on it was like your PlayStation saying, dude, too
Chill
much.
out, bro.
It's like, dude,
Let's take a break,
too
bro.
much. Chill the fuck out. Turn this off. And that's literally what you had to do to get back to the screen. You had to turn off your PlayStation in order for it to reload. And that shit was hilarious. I still remember that guy to this day. He's like, dog, yo, you the man. Thanks for not saying that too
Did you
loud.
shake his hand while he left?
You know,
Did you touch
I
his
didn't feel
You're
controller?
like, good time.
oh man.
Too
That's
many
funny though.
combos and put it into his controller. Need a new
Man. So
controller.
yeah, but the controller, see, Nintendo was able to keep it shut because they did free repairs. Right now, Sony is not talking about repairing these people, but there's not a lot of people complaining right now. It's just a small issue with one set of people that came at them. It
Yeah.
wasn't like Nintendo where
Yo, because I have that problem with
every day,
Nintendo. Like this, like that's part of the reason why I don't play my Switch too much. Because when I was
X.
playing Animal Crossing, I'm going this way. My controller's like, nah, you're going this way. So I just like, okay, I'm not playing this shit anymore. But yeah, I guess I don't care enough to go
and
get
I'm
a
the
set then.
fool that has 10 Joy Cons.
I
So,
don't, I don't get it.
10 Joy Cons,
Why do you
two
have so many
PlayStation,
controllers?
because of all the ones that drifted. I just
Yo,
bought
then give me one, bro.
What are you doing?
another 2-pack for everyone that started
Legit
drifting.
though. I was on Amazon looking for a controller. And I was like, I can't pay $70 for a controller. I can't pay
Yo,
$70
I
for a
just keep
controller.
thinking that there's gonna be a Switch 2 around the corner, so I'm kind of hesitant to buy anything
Wait, they
more
made
for
the
the
second one. They
Switch.
made the light, right?
They made the light, yeah.
Yeah,
And
but we get
during
that.
the Nintendo Direct, they mentioned that some of the games that are coming out are going to be specified to work best with the light. I don't know if they're just
Really?
saying that or I
Well,
don't know.
we'll see. Nintendo is always secretive with everything. They're the
Yo,
type
Nintendo
of
and
people.
Sony, man.
Yeah, well, no, Sony ain't that secretive because they shit leaks all the time. Nintendo cancels movies because of leaks. Like they
Yeah,
canceled their Netflix TV show for
for
Zelda
Zelda.
because of the leak. Nintendo don't like anything coming out.
Yo, man, if Nintendo had like I don't know. If Nintendo was like Microsoft, Nintendo would rule the world. I feel like Nintendo limits themselves with
They
the whole
do.
online service, just like
Yeah.
friend codes. Like, what the fuck is this?
The
Why do I need a
friend
friend
thing.
code? Like a 10
They
digit to add
they
a
do
friend?
something similar to iPhone. They do it to restrict others from having their software.
I know, but I'm saying like if they were just more confident with themselves,
No,
like
confident. They just
It's not
know we should
confident.
spend
they're
the
not
money.
confident. They sell the same fucking game over and over again. How many
That's
Mario
why
Garts
Well,
are you gonna
that's
have?
confidence. That's
How
you're
many
not
more?
confidence.
confident. You only
No,
have the same
confidence in the sense like you
thing over
dumb
again.
motherfuckers are gonna buy it.
Like
Not you
being
guys
a
that's dumb,
con man, a
but
con
confident in the
keeps
sense of like
conning
They
people.
sell
they're
Like,
snake
too
water.
afraid to try
Or
something
no,
new.
snake oil.
Yeah, it's snake oil. They're too afraid to try something new. That's what I mean. Confidence is like
Nah, I feel
they know
you.
this works. They're gonna keep doing it and doing
I
it
feel
and
you.
doing it.
I get what you mean.
yeah.
Like
I
I
mean,
think that Nintendo, if
Microsoft does
Nintendo,
something similar, but just Nintendo does it the worst.
yeah, Nintendo. Man, I would love for Nintendo to take some risk. Can I get a mature game from
Well,
Nintendo?
the most risk I've noticed them take was with letting their let Microsoft not Microsoft let Mario be on iOS
Yeah,
and Android.
yeah,
Yeah,
it
you
was a
know
big
how long
step.
it took for them
Yeah,
to do that in their Mii's, which is
Well, that's
nothing.
because they realized what microtransactions were, you know. So once they figured that out, how much money people were spending for extra lives and shit, they're like, "Oh, okay, we could do this," you
yeah.
know. So, but Nintendo's Nintendo, like we all say, we let them get away with all this bullshit. I can't wait for the reckoning that's gonna come one day when Nintendo has to just take a beating. Like I think it's not gonna happen until we get a bad Mario or Zelda game. That's when people are gonna
You mean
let
like
out their,
Skyward Sword?
you know, like, well, yeah, but all they did was come out with another Zelda game like a year and a half later. So it's just like, how much time do we have to shit on them? Plus, everybody that had a Wii wasn't like really hardcore gamers. You know, they were a bunch
That's the
of
thing about
people that
Nintendo.
wanted to
It's like
play with peripherals.
yeah, the thing about Nintendo is that their audience is so loyal to them that whatever you put out, they're gonna buy it because they're so like just like okay, it's Nintendo. I'm gonna buy the next Zelda. I'm gonna buy the next Mario. I'm gonna buy the next whatever just because they're so loyal to the brand. That like they know these sheep are just gonna buy whatever. Like this Mario game that came out, isn't it just a remake with new levels to
It's
it?
a remake, and then Bowser's Fury is to like a open
And
world,
it's what? It's a $60 game, right?
Probably
and yeah,
70.
$60, and then like you get some new mechanics, like the characters run faster
Probably
and
got DLC that you gotta
better.
buy.
The
twenty
way that
dollars.
the like the news outlets are judging like Madden and 2K were giving out the same shit every year. They gotta start doing that to
Exactly.
Nintendo, but
I
they
feel
gotta
like
start
Nintendo's probably
calling
paying
them out.
people or something. There's no
Yeah,
No,
way.
Nintendo
but
has
the
money.
thing is about Nintendo, when you talk bad about them, they refuse to give you early copies of their games. So Nintendo knows that you can't get it from nowhere else but Nintendo. So
That sounds
like
like
they're
an
gonna
abusive relationship.
listen
Yeah,
to our podcast today, and they're gonna like, well, these motherfuckers don't get no free games if they get
I don't know
popular.
the Nintendo.
You
yeah.
know,
We don't
like,
want your dumbass games. Fuck
so
Mario.
it's like I don't know, man. Nintendo just has, until we get a bad Mario game, until we get like Breath of the Wild would have to be the shittiest Zelda game in the world. Breath of the Wild
It's
2.
impossible.
If that, no, that's what I'm saying. But if it happens, that's when Nintendo will start listening. You
Yeah,
know, even with this new Mario game remake that came out with Bowser's Fury, they added online play. Great. But you know how stupid their online play is? The person that started the game is the only one that controls the camera. So the camera only
That's
goes
fucked up.
where he goes, he or she goes. And if you're not within the camera range, you get killed. Same way as I'm playing with my kids. If my kids run too far up ahead, I get killed and dragged to my kids when
You
we're
know your
playing.
kids are gonna run away, right? They're gonna run too far away.
We're doing that. We're still in world 2 of this game right now, and I can't get them to sync up with me in this water level where we're supposed to be turning all the same ways, and they're just ha 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 ha, and just not doing it, you know. So
Kids. Gotta
yeah,
love them.
gotta love them. So but yeah, I'm glad how this all turned into how people need to revolt against Nintendo. Okay, but from Sony
That's
to
not
revolt
what we're
against
saying at
Nintendo.
all.
But let's stop. Let's find a way to stop them from doing all these crazy practices. People, we all could find a way. You know, we're obsessed with Nintendo products. That's our problem.
I'm not. I haven't bought a Mario. I haven't bought a Nintendo game for a minute.
I got talked into by him and Mike to buy the other Mario. I played like 2 seconds. the 35th anniversary. It was
Yeah, I
like, what the
didn't
hell's
download
this
that.
shit?
Yeah, I still have yet to open mine. I
I
haven't
think
even
the last game
opened
I
mine.
downloaded was Animal Crossing. That's the last Nintendo game I bought.
Yeah, well, I still got them all, so I can't even talk. So I could just bitch and complain, but I can't talk like I don't buy this shit. But I guess that's it for
I
us.
didn't talk about my game news, bro.
Oh, I
Yeah,
thought
I
we
noticed
you
that
said
too. I was
you didn't
waiting.
have nothing. You
I had
said
a
when
few.
I asked you,
No,
you said you
he
didn't
said
have
he came
nothing.
back.
I said I was waiting for Felice.
He was
Okay,
waiting.
all right.
Go
So
I'm a
ahead, Freddie.
gentleman, okay?
Go
I'm a
premature
ahead, King.
gentleman.
ending. So what
Uh,
game news you got, man?
I have a few. Did you touch on Borders Gate 3?
Oh,
Nope.
the update? No, I didn't touch on that.
So we have a new update, a new class, a druid class, which I don't know if you know about druids. They kind of transform into animals. I
Yep.
think
Yeah.
that's pretty badass. I think that like it's early access. People first like I know me and Dre was playing it a lot in the beginning, but then they kept wiping our saves, so we're like fuck it. But I'm actually interested when this update goes live to try it out. I don't know.
Which
Every time
it
I like look,
gets overwritten again. You
yeah,
have to
but it gives me a chance to be an ass, I guess, without feeling guilty about it. Because I'm always like I'm gonna be neutral or be like how I want to play, but it gives me a chance to play outside of how I would normally play. So I'm interested in that. Also, Metro Exodus has a free update to next gen, 4K, 60 frames per second. It's a game that I've been hovering if I should play or not.
you
And
haven't
now
played
with
that
this,
shit like
no, I
that?
haven't touched it. And now with this update, I'm actually gonna try to play it. Have you guys played Metro Exodus?
I played all of
I
them.
I attempted to play the other ones because I owned all of them. I think they're free on Game Pass anyway, right? Right now.
Yeah.
Stadia and Game Pass.
The game was
Well,
weird as fuck. It reminded me of Half Life.
I can see that. It's definitely I like it because the horror elements of it, and but I felt like it was a little
I like
janky.
being scared.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I'm hoping to get a little scared. I love my scary games and stuff. So I'm hoping this update would is a free update. I'm
Oh,
hoping that like it kind of makes it less janky. I was and that leading to a question: how do you guys feel about updates to these games? I know Control had an update, but we had to pay for it, and Metro Exodus is like,
I
nah, it's
was about
free.
to
wait,
bring up.
you paid for that update?
No, no, Control. The
Yeah.
update is only if you only get the update if you get Control the Ultimate Edition. If you
Oh
have the
yeah,
old
I didn't do
score
that.
Control, you don't get the update. So my question is, how do you guys feel about that? Do you think that is justified to pay somebody for an update on a game, or you think it should be free?
It should be free like all the
Well, I
other
know when
ones.
people were going ham on them for telling us that we needed to pay for the update and all that
I
shit.
mean, Spider Man did it too.
Yeah.
Miles Morales, the update's only through Miles Morales. If you have the old school Spider Man, you're not getting the upgrade to 4K 60.
And
So
then I think
like
they changed it up though. I think they put an update in
to
there
make it
after
free.
the complaints. Yeah, to update the old game and you get the 44K and all that shit in it. One thing I like Microsoft is doing right now. I know if you saw the article about them, they're upgrade like they started upgrading like 360 games and shit to 4K, 60 frames per second and shit like. And
I
of course, all
mean, do
those
you
are
want that though? Do you want to see your character that's already look like a box spread across the
4K.
screen? I don't
what.
want to see that.
I'm
I
not gonna
think
play it, but I think it's
I
cool.
appreciate the effort
I
though.
appreciate,
Yeah,
but
Yeah.
do spend that money and time on making other things better.
I mean, but like honestly, Conquerors,
live and
Con-
reloaded.
yeah, they it's funny because they made it so fast that it bricked the game because the loading screen was like too fast that the game didn't like it was weird like it didn't like load enough like it needed like it up like
That's
almost
funny.
too fast where it
I
broke
don't
the
even know
game.
if I could play this Conquer as much as I love Conquer's Bad Fur Day, the greatest game ever made on N64. It's
Conquerors Bad Fur Day.
it's
Yeah,
great.
I've seen
It's
that one.
what do you call it? They censor a lot in this game in Live and Reloaded, which if N6 a Nintendo let titties and all that shit show on the N64, I don't know why Xbox is censoring
well, that's
all.
probably like back in the day Xbox. I'm sure that there should be an option, but like yeah, I like the idea of updating old games. I would love maybe I mean I guess a 4K version of the old school Faber just to replay that
Yes,
again.
yes.
So that's like I think it has to pick and
As I look
choose.
at my copy.
I think that's pretty. I think that's pretty cool that's even an option. So that's one of them. And then what else? There was one more story I wanted to like mention. I'm like a blank right now. Um, oh, maybe just to touch on the whole GameStop and Robinhood thing. They
Oh,
had a thing today.
Yeah, at a meeting.
And pretty much was Robinhood saying, "My bad, I'm sorry." Did you guys catch any of that?
I didn't catch any of it. All I caught was my stocks dipping, dipping,
Yeah,
dipping.
today was a bad day stock wise
Yeah,
for me too.
all
yeah,
this
my shit's
week
dipped
has been
too.
bad. Like I'm just about to start betting against what companies are losing money, like the hedge funders,
Yeah,
like and make some money that way. Because
and
that
then
seems to be
buy
the only
low
way to
and
make
sell
money
high.
right now. Because the stock's just been going down. I'm watching my hundreds and hundreds of dollars just dip, dip, dip.
But
Hope next week is something else.
yeah,
But
but pretty much Robinhood doesn't give a fuck. They're just
Of
saying
course
they're
not.
sorry, they didn't know, they won't do it again. But this shows you like they're not even taking responsibility of what they're doing, and it makes me second guess investing more into Robinhood. But like honestly, I don't know where else to go. Maybe I
this
need to.
I
week,
have Acorns, but Robinhood is actually better than Acorns.
yeah, well, Acorns does it for you.
Yeah, that's the problem with Acorn. They just like
Yeah,
invest the
but they
money.
don't tell you when your money's being gone. They just send you an email saying, sorry, a message saying, hey, this is the time to hold strong. And you're like,
Yeah, they
wait,
keep
what?
like trying to invest.
Like
I
I
remember
went,
those
I went to my
emails.
Acorns before I got Robinhood. I was like, wait, where did my money go? They're
They're
like,
like,
no, no,
no.
no, it's okay, it's gonna get better. Like, why are you lying to me?
Yeah, I remember that. I remember those because I used to use Acorn. They're like every time you lose money, they're like don't panic, it's okay. Like
I need
it's
to
just
take my
bad
money
Well,
out
money.
of the
messages
bridge.
when I lose money, but that's because I have a few accounts with Acorns. That's why. So they probably just like he's just putting money in here and everything. Plus, I have their debit card and all of that. So
Yeah,
Yeah. Speaking of
yeah.
which,
The third
yeah.
story is like blanking out, so my bad. That's all I have.
mhm.
Oh.
All right. So, guys, once again, thanks for joining us and thanks for listening to us. If you haven't been able to watch the pod, we're on every Thursday at 8 or 9 o'clock, depending on how we're feeling and shit, or what's going on that day. Check out a drink at a game on Mondays at 8 p.m. Sometimes 7 if we're having special guests who can't be up late. And new pod coming possibly this weekend or next weekend called Game Bang, and with Tim and Freddie has his pod coming as well, and look out for our streams with Mad King and Felice, who does her late night streaming and doesn't speak to us till about 1 in the afternoon the next day, and follow us, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Gamerish Network, Gamerish_network. Join, and we have two Facebook pages, one just for our videos and one where we communicate with the community. The Gamerish Network, as we should say.
Yeah, it's
Where
a great place for great game news. We're constantly updating that with game news, articles, trailers.
a lot of things that a lot of places don't get right on time. As soon as it drops, trust me, it'll be on the page.
Yeah,
As soon as that news drops, I always get my alerts and I make sure everyone. As soon as Mortal Kombat dropped this morning before 12 o'clock, I didn't even watch the video. I was like, oh, let me share this to the page before anybody else shares this.
yeah. So
You
it's a great place to like just be updated on everything games
and the
and
moderator,
comics and anime.
admins, we speak to you, we communicate, we have games that go
And we
on.
have a tournament. We didn't even touch up on it.
Oh yeah, the tournament we have going on with the best black characters in movies and television shows. We're on round 2 right now. I guess I could go into who made it into round 2 real quick. That's the sirens go off.
It's all Felice.
Police always has sirens in the background.
Yo, this should be like a meme.
And
Just
so
embrace the sirens, guys.
before we go, this is how our round 2 of our tournaments go right now. So we have Black Panther versus Mace Windu, where Black
Mace Windu
Panther is
should win.
already winning. Storm versus Blade. Right now,
Blade.
that's a close race. Spawn versus Shaft, where Spawn is kicking Shaft's ass. Candyman versus Django, which Candyman is in the lead of that too.
Really?
I mean, no, sorry, Django.
Oh, I'm like, because Candyman was losing when I voted.
Yeah. Miles Morales versus Axel Foley is next. And then Jules Winfield versus Morpheus.
Oh, that's gonna be a good one.
Then we got Paul Russell, the guy from Hotel Rwanda, versus John Coffey. Pootie Tang versus Meteor Man. And
Oh,
so that's
Pootie
your
Tang.
round 2. So that should finish up by the end of this week, Friday or Saturday. And we'll go into round 3 probably by next week, Thursday. You guys will hear who's in round 3 or possibly the finals. We'll probably be in the finals by next Thursday. So once again, guys, thanks for watching. Those who are listening, thanks for listening. Please rate us 5 stars on iTunes if you haven't already. And rate us on anything. It'll definitely bring more attention to our pod. We're trying to get to the bigger audience, and we can't do that without you guys. We love all you guys for your support and everything. So until next time, peace out, and thanks again for joining us.
See ya.